So I'm just going to show you a few things here. So Stephanie Meyer wrote a book, The Host, about parasitic aliens where it says right there, what is it? A parasitic species that invades other planets and inhabits the bodies of the dominant species. So right here, my name is Christian Eric Arnie Meyer. I was born October 20th, 1977. And you can see how I don't have numbers in these columns. Everybody has numbers in these columns, but myself and maybe my kids. So those particular markers, the internet is saying, you can read here, I try a genome with mutations at those particular DNA markers, combined with unique skeleton and musculatures, could suggest a new species and very rare genetic lineage. But further investigation is required. I try to get the Canadian government, I'm at the mental health facility right now, I try to get them to give me an x-ray or a computed tomography test or positron emission tomography test, but they haven't did it. All they do is scientifically exploit me. So before I was born in 1977, Canada was 27th in medal standings. And then they didn't participate in 1980. In 1984, they were now 6th place because of my DNA. If you ever read... If you've ever heard about Bloody Mary, if you ever heard about Bloody Mary, she used to bathe in the blood of virgins and because of the leeching attributes. So I'm just going to show you that leeching off DNA and sharing between organisms is possible. So once again, Stephanie Meyer wrote a book about parasitic aliens inhabiting the dominant species, which would be myself and my kids, because we're new evolved species. And yes, DNA transfer can allow organisms to share certain attributes in the horizontal gene transfer. So in Canada, I'll just show you Form 33. So this is, I contacted before I show you about Form 33, but if you could look here, I'll just show you. You can see wherever I put how I have different writing in here. See, look at this B right there. See how that B there for buy? Now I'll just find another B, and it's gonna this one right here. Look at how it's different. That B and about is different, and I'll find another one. So this is human hijackers hijacking me, and a handwriting analyst will prove that it appears multiple people have written these documents. And so there's another B right there. So there's 3 different B's that I had, and it's because the Canadian government has this thing called remote patient monitoring with brain computer interface, and they allow people to remotely rape me this way. And so this is the doctor. I'm writing about the doctor, and he's not competent. You can see how instead of anxiety, he called it anxiety. He's not that competent. I'm going to show you, but it's a whole systematic thing. I'll just show you here. I don't know why they're not allowing me to just go page by page here. I'm just going to pause it for a second to show you Form 33. So let's see before I get there. So he's improved. We're actually on the verge of moving him to the main unit. And then at the bottom it says he's more organized. So this is the doctor in the doctor's own words. And so let's see. He evicted in August last year. I was evicted in September. I get to file a T2. I don't have reasonable enjoyment of my premises, so I get to sue my landlord. So it had nothing to do with me not being on medication, because if it did, why did it take almost 2 years for that to occur? Right. So anyways, I guess over a year for it to occur. Almost a year. So Toronto, I came to Sault Ste. Marie in January this year. I was staying at the downtown Mission in Windsor, Ontario on Wyandotte in January this year. So the doctor lied about facts. He says right here, we have our social worker who tried to get him into housing, emergency house as he calls it. He's a Nigerian, so he can't even speak, right? He doesn't understand English syntax. I posted a video. I'll show you the video in a second here. I'm just going to incriminate him first. He has this delusions of immortality that if he went onto the road because he's king, the cars will stop for him. So I'm just going to, before I find Form 33, since I've seen this here, I'm just going to show you the video that he's talking about. First of all, it's 2025. It is, I'll just show you the date. It's Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. And so I'm just, they restricted my phone for almost a month, so I haven't been posting videos. So this video, mentalist, maybe not. I submitted it to a CCB hearing. They didn't even watch the video. I could tell that they didn't even watch it, actually, because actually it wasn't online. So anyways, at the hearing, I said to the doctor, I'm like, okay, so what is the opposite of serious? Because he's Nigerian, right? And which means he's an immigrant. So immigrants don't understand Canadian culture, clearly, because he doesn't understand the syntax of our language and the utilization of sarcasm and what have you. Because I'm like, okay, what's the opposite of serious? He's like, laid back. No, the opposite of serious is joking around, right? So this video, you can see it says 6 years ago, and this was March 24th, 2019, when I was seeking asylum in Copenhagen. This is in Copenhagen. I was in Denmark, most likely Copenhagen. This is in Denmark. You'll see a European license plate. So anyways, so you can see how I got 94 likes. I was joking around, and nobody thought I was crazy. Nobody thought I was suicidal or what have you. But you can see how what I just read off to you, what he said in the hearing, how he claimed that I thought I was immortal since I was king, cars wouldn't stop for me. So if you listen, I'm like, most of my videos are serious. This one's not so serious. And then I changed the tone of my voice sarcastically. I'm like, I'm going to stop those cars with my mind. Just like that. That's a sarcastic tone in English. And so anyways, there's the perpetrators right there. So that's a sarcastic tone. And so anyways, you can see that I was filming, but I had my hand out. I wasn't worried whatsoever that I'd get hit by the cars. They were at a red light, and I was about 30 meters away from them, so they were going slow. The only way I would get hit by the car is if in question here is if they were driving with their eyes closed. They didn't even honk the horn. They must have realized that I was just joking around or something, because they didn't even honk the horn. Watch this video.
I've been posting a lot of serious videos, so I'm going to post one that's not so serious. I'm going to stop these cars with my mind.
So you can hear how I changed the tone of my voice, and you can see they're not honking the horn. They're doing nothing, and you can see this is a European license plate because I was in Denmark at the time. Right, so he's clearly like, well, first of all, you can't use somebody's mental health state from a different year. This was 2019. You can't say, okay, his mental health state in 2019 would indicate his current mental health state in 2025, right? Like that's criminal. Right, and so I submitted that as evidence to the CCB board, and they voted. The lawyer voted in favor for me, but they had me held. Now it's day 10. Well, it's been longer than that. It was August 8th. I had the hearing, so August 9th I should have been released. And the first time a lawyer voted in favor for me was May 29th, so I should have been released May 30th. I've now been involuntarily detained for almost 4 months, almost a third of a year, calendar year, and they drugged me illegally because I changed my substitute decision maker by email prior to the court case that was on August 8th. So that means, I was able to participate in care decisions until found incapable in a court of law, which I wasn't. Like I said, a motion of discontinuance so I can proceed with this another CCB hearing where I was able to provide more evidence, which I knew they would end up voting in favor for the doctor again. So I planned on appealing it, going to the Superior Court of Justice, and then challenge the capacity and volunteer status at that point with more evidence. Now I have more ammunition in my gun, so to speak. So that means once I do this, I'm going to be able to litigate for malpractice because he relied on the old SDM, that's the substitute decision maker, which was my half sister who lied completely about everything, and she lied, and so anyway, she lied, and so he relied on her to medicate me illegally, and I wasn't found, when I changed my SDM, it was prior to the court case, so he did correspond by email and acknowledged the correspondence, so he was aware of this almost a month prior to the court case. He didn't tell me that I wasn't able to, because it is my patient right to participate in care decisions. I'll show you that after I show you Form 33 here. So how do I So downloads. I've never used this, so I guess I'll have to download it again, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. Okay, PDF. So just be a moment here. So I'm just going to fast forward. So there's that sequence of DNA right there. This one right here proves that, and then this one right there proves that I would be biologically very, very good, that I'm a new species, that I shouldn't age. That's why I'll show you that my wrinkles disappear. So this, I ended up getting... You'd have to flip it upside down, but this Carlin McGugan, the last 4 digits of his phone number was the same of my half sisters, because they were setting me up to get a poor response from him. Like, what are the chances that I'm complaining about my half sister slandering me? Then I called the lawyer referral service, and then they give me the phone number that the last 4 digits are identical to her phone number. Like virtually same. So Dr. Agbana, he said that I was hospitalized on February 20th, 2017. And you can see this is February 28th, 2017. You can see that I was hospitalized on February 20th, 2017 by a different doctor. And Dr. Agbana said that I was hospitalized from February 28th to March 8th, 2017, and I wasn't. And all he does is lie. He said that refusing blood work is a sign of psychosis, and imagine that, a doctor saying that you're psychotic by refusing blood work when he can't write. He can't look at right here. Like, this is all the stuff right here. Well, first of all, he said my son's 20, my son's 19, and then he said he had my daughter's name spelled wrong. Barry Diggins died in 2023. My brother died in 2021. And then half-sister Brandy Higgins. My half-sister's maiden name is Brandy Diggins. So look at, he had all that wrong there. And then down here, he calls me Myers. Well, first of all, he says that I was apprehended on a Form 2. Imagine that, saying that somebody that has, they think has a mental health issue is apprehended, not being assessed. They didn't say being assessed on a Form 2. Like in all the perpetrators. They say being apprehended on a Form 2 in Canada. Like, it's incredible. It's a witch hunt. Like, the Spanish Inquisition was like, hey, she's a better witch than me. Let's burn her at the stake. Or she's a better cook than me. She's a better cook than me, pardon me. They're hacking me here. There's proof that they just hacked my brain. She's some loser that's a patient at the hospital. Her name's Kat. Some fucking loser. Anyways, so the Spanish Inquisition was, she's a better cook than me. Let's burn her. She must be a witch. That's what it is. So in Canada, all you have to do, like, if you wanted to screw somebody over for their wedding, all you would have to do is say, hey, they do crack. They try to jump from a moving car. They think they won't get hit by cars, and they're a threat to me and themselves. I'm going to form them, give them a Form 2. Then they're mandatory 72-hour hold. So if you did this the day before their wedding, you could sabotage a wedding in Canada. It's like a witch hunt. You could use hearsay. Twice, like, I presented evidence, like that video there about me joking around. I submitted that as evidence, and the board voted in favor for the doctor. I've ignored all the proof that I submitted. Two different lawyers voted for me to be released, but both times they took a bribe and they based it on hearsay. Imagine that. Not facts. They ignored all the facts I submitted and based it on hearsay. It's witch hunting in Canada. You know what else Canada did? They deleted my hospital records from 2019. The hospital got rid of them. They keep records for 10 years. Like, 2019 is only 6 years ago. They deleted my hospital records. Imagine that. They're monsters. So anyways, you can see right here, this is Form 33. And you can see where it says R right there. Not mentally capable to consent to treatment of a mental disorder, right? So you can see here it says Form 33, the Mental Health Act in Ontario. So it says R, right? So R infers or implies that there's more than one individual, right? So that means I'm just going to show you here. So you can clearly see that I'm one human. I got one face. I got one brain, but they allow human hijackers to hijack me. And so R is wrong. It should be, my name's Christian. It should say Christian is not capable, not Christian are not capable. That's grammatically incorrect. So I showed you how DNA transfer is possible between organisms. That's why they specifically say are not capable, because they imply that we're more than one individual. So now I'll just show you those notes, and I'll show you how he goes to refer me as a male and then a female, because they pretend that I have schizoaffective, like they're pretending I'm a woman right now. So they pretend I have schizoaffective disorder, which typically only women have, right? I'm busting the system. Like they're done. It's over. All they do is lie. And so even at one point he refers to Christian as me, as himself. Right, and in the hearing, he pretended to be, he's Nigerian, he pretended to be blonde-haired, blue-eyed. My name's Christian Eric Arnie Meyer. I have a full Scandinavian name, as if I'd be a black Nigerian. And a guy named Chinedu, like Chinedu, is his first name. Middle name is S. Last name Ogbonna, Ogbonna, as if he wouldn't be Nigerian with a name like that, and Christian Eric Arnie Meyer wouldn't be the blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy. Like that has a Scandinavian name, like Eric with the K. They're trying to hide everything at the Surrey Hospital. They have another patient here named Eric Christopher, Eric with a C. He's born in Scarborough General. I was born in Scarborough General, but I was born in 1977. They get all these people to play all these different roles. They're all done. Everyone is. And I can't wait, because I'm routing their crimes through execution states. Basically, they're all going to get executed in the states. There's extradition treaties. So I'm trying to. You can see I'm trying to expand this so I could read, and they're not allowing me. I had to go up and down. So again, that's these losers again. So you can see right here. So from this line, I'll just put the Mobies in there. Where it's the second line, it says Christian maintains that he has a unique anatomy and removes her shirt to show her sternum and her back and feet. So that's where he refers to me as a woman. So right here, my family went to a royal wedding August 28th, 1871. He put August 28th, 1978. I would have been like 1 year old, not even 1 year old. Right, so he's not competent whatsoever. Like, so you can see all the spell mistakes he made, and referring to me as a woman when I'm a man. They try to get, like, once again, Kat. She's like, they play these different roles, these terrorists, and all they do is they want to get affinity, like they want some time in my brain, but they're losers. So I'll just show you now how he refers to me as me, like Christian as me, and rather than as Christian. It should have been as Christian. You could pause it and read everything yellow. I'll make a more comprehensive video later on, but this is the first time they gave me my phone back in like 20 days, so I'm trying to make the most of it. I'm going to show another video after this that shows how the elasticity of my eyes is completely different than it is for pretty much anybody that's under like 100 years old. So you can see here once again, it says I was hospitalized. I should be able to expand this. Then, like, they try to set me up, getting all the perpetrators. I was hospitalized February 20th, 2017. So I'll just show you the doctor's notes when I get a chance. So I'm trying to expand it again. So they keep on doing that. So again, all the perpetrators that use remote patient monitoring, rape suits. So it says right here, starting from here, if you look at the second line and then the third line, Christian maintains that he studied the Innkeepers Act, and the landlord has no reason to evict me. Right, so you can see how that's grammatically incorrect. He said it wrong. He referred to me as third person and first person because he pretends to be me to get my acclaim and to give me his pain. He's a predator. So let's see, where is it? I'm going to find some other evidence. So here's where they pretended I had a hearing date, and they pretended that I was a different person. Eric with a, who spells their name E-R-E-K for Eric? They all they do is they lie and hide their culpability. That's all they do. And here's the... So I'm just gonna scroll up here. So I'm just looking for when Dr. Agbana said I was hospitalized February 28th to March 8th. I think it's this one right here. Yeah, you can see where it says the 28th of February 2017, discharge March 8th, 2017. There's no discharge summary. All there was that one page from, once again, it's like you can see where it said, this was the discharge summary right here. Once again, they're getting all the perpetrators right there and right there. All they do is, they're done. They're not allowing me to expand this to show it like in a quick time. Like, they're done. That's why the screen recorder, again, they're all done. All these rape suit people, they're done. I wasn't hospitalized February 28th, 2017. Somebody else was. They're pretending I'm Claude Myers or some guy that died. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I was hospitalized February 20th, 2017. There was no discharge summary of any medicine that I received because I didn't receive any medicine in 2017. I was assessed by 2 Canadian trained doctors, and both times I was released. I was assessed by a Nigerian trained doctor, and he refers to me as a her. He pretends he's me. Come on, Dr. Agbana, hang up your career. I've been now, they medicated me illegally. And I've been evaluated now for 10 days. They wouldn't allow me to search online on this other, the computer in the activity room. They wouldn't let me to search. I didn't have Google AI overview. So let's see if I have it now on my phone. How long is a patient? So I had to type slow because of a cat hijacked my body. Patient typically assessed for Invega Systema after using successfully. Because I talked to nurses. I'm like, well, how long once you get medication, how long are you typically assessed for? And they're like, 1 week. It's been 10 days for me, and the doctor just formed me for another 3 months last night. All he does is commit crime. He's trying to prevent his medical malpractice case, but after using successfully for 3 years. So I've used this product for 3 years, so why would I need more than 10 days of assessment? Let's see what they're not giving me Google AI overview. Give me it. So I'm gonna call after this. I'm gonna call and I'll make a follow-up video. But I'm gonna call them and I'm gonna get the clinical trials because I'm suing them for medical malpractice. I haven't exhibited any anger or aggression and or anything. When I went to get coffee, this little loser, right? Anyways, I have a sphincter in my urethra. They make because of her, my once again, there's her home address. Not my sister, the nurse. Showing the nurse all their home addresses. They try to proliferate. They're trying to proliferate my phone number now, so blocking it and showing her all their social credit score and everything, all their personal information. They're terrorists. Nobody gives a fuck about terrorists. You're losers. Eventually I'm going to be king. So, anyways, the Seattle Seahawks. I'll just show you right here that this is me. The Seattle Seahawks. They went to. They had a roster, so I'm Christian Meyer, but I'll just go to subscriptions here, and you'll see that Chris Meyer-Diggins. You'll see that I'm the same person, Chris Meyer-Diggins. I'm the same guy. They make me look a little older there, but anyways, I'm the same guy. So the Seattle Seahawks, their roster, there was a Chris on the team, and there was a Myers on the team, there was a Diggs on the team. My name in high school was either Myers or Diggs. So Chris Meyer-Diggs is the Brit King Neil Locke. So my family went to a royal wedding. I'll just show you proof of that. My family went to a fucking royal wedding. I'm going to be king of Canada, cat. And guess what? This is what your family's fate. Your whole fucking family is gone. Peace of mind, motherfuckers. Peace of mind. I don't give a fuck about your shit-stained fucking family. I do not give a one iota. I don't care. Just look at here. This is what they do to me. You can see a face right there. You can see a subliminal face. They put subliminal faces in my beard to age me. And you can see right here, I don't even have gray hair in that location where the face was. and that was in August. All they do is rape me. This is nanotechnology. You can see it glowing. This is my mucus. This is my nanotechnology that they're showing the perpetrators again. I'm turning them off. But that's nanotechnology on my mucus at the Sioux Area Hospital. And all they do is exploit me. Here's subliminal here. This one right there, the face, means I'm supposed to get all my money. And they haven't given me anything. All they did is violate me for another 5 years after that. And that was from Toronto. And once again, you can see the glowing mucus. That's nanotechnology left over in the mucus. And so here you can see, this is clearly, I'm Christian Eric Arnemeyer. I'm a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy on the right. And you can see that, and this is Edward VIII. This is my grandfather. Once again, he's a blonde-haired guy, so showing him. When I say this, they try to add subliminal and give them Generation 1 lethality. They pretend to be Generation 2. They should be able to handle it in their one human body without sharing any pain with anybody else. Because you can hear my voice change because they're hijacking me to play these roles. So this is high treason. You can clearly see that I look more like Edward VIII, and that's George VI right there. Look at these pictures. I'm Christian Eric Arnemeyer. I'm the blonde-haired guy on the bottom right, and I look more like George VI than King Charles does because I have a higher concentration of his blood. And if you look here, that's my pectoral muscles. My pectoral muscles on the right are different. Like nobody has that sun tattooed like on that angle, and nobody has those pectoral muscles. And then right here, nobody has my feet. Those bones in my feet that I do. So I have different skeleton, different muscles. And here's my son. Well, on the left here is regular guys. That's how typical Generation 1 biology looks like. That's a white guy. And then in the middle here is my son. He's a white guy. And his muscles are different than mine. And here's mine. I'm a white guy once again, and I have to say this because people play these remote patient monitoring, brain computer interface, these augmented reality rapists that need to be put down like savage creatures. People take medication to kill parasites. So getting all those, get them all with parasitic medication. So anyways, here's the royal wedding that my family went to. You can see where it says Princess Louise right there, August 28th, 1871. So I'll just show you here. There was a wedding, a royal wedding on August 28th, 1871. So once again, what are the chances that I, Christian Eric Arnemeyer, look more like King Charles's family than he does? My family went to a royal wedding, and the Seattle Seahawks, their roster 2019-2020, they had a Brit King, Chris Meyer-Diggins, Brit, and then DK is short form for Denmark, just like CA is short form for Canada. So it was Brit, DK, King, Neil, and a lock on the team. So eventually I'm going to be a king. And this is high treason. I can't wait to get every one of you staff members. I can't fucking wait to fucking end your lives with high treason. Because you know what I do? You know what I fucking do? Watch this. There's people they're aging me now to try to kill me. Watch this. You're gone. Nobody could age you on live video. I didn't move, motherfuckers. Let's you do it without Plexiderm. I'm at the Sioux Area Hospital. I haven't left the premises, the mental health unit, for it's day 108. Right? So let's you do that, cockroaches. You're human fucking cockroaches. And I can't wait, because you know what? When you try to commit crimes, just look at Burma, look at all the countries where they have high treason. Those are all the high treason countries. And they didn't like that. So I'm gonna turn you off, motherfuckers. I'm gonna extradite you to these countries that have high treason. I'm gonna give them $50,000 of my unofficial wealth, because that's my unofficial wealth right there. And I'm gonna give them some of my money just to fucking end your pathetic fucking shit-stained life.